Welcome back, guys, to a brand new sports debate video. So for today's video, we are going to be discussing two of the bottom tier teams in the NFL, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. Jaguars have the number one pick in the upcoming draft, and the Jets have the number two pick in the upcoming draft. Both teams have two first-round picks. Both teams have two brand new head coaches, and both teams are in the rebuilding phase with a lot of question marks and a lot of, what's going to happen in their future. So it'd be fun to debate which team we think will have the better future with a lot of money to spend and a lot of draft capital to use. So to start off this topic, we're going to go to Dash.
Okay, so I'm a firm believer where the head coach has a lot of say into an organization. Yes, you can talk all day about how Trevor Lawrence is the generational talent he is, and that's not taking anything away from him. But people tend to forget that Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, I'm not going to say Trey Lance, but Zach Wilson and Justin Fields would be consensus number one overall picks in any other year. And then people also forget that the Jaguars brought in a college head coach, Urban Meyer. They brought in a college head coach and just expect him to translate that into the NFL. While it has been seen time and time again that connection, that transition is extremely hard to do, where most coaches, like Pete Carroll, had to take a few years to develop and understand the demands they had in the NFL. While you got a top-tier head coach in Robert Saleh, a very good general manager, and people tend to forget that they have the pieces. They have some good wide receivers. They have Quinnen Williams. They have a pretty good team, but they're the Jets, and so Jets gotta Jets, right? But I think the Jets have a better future than the Jaguars.
So, I agree with like what Shivam was saying, how these two teams are like in a really similar situation with everything, like draft picks, cap space, coaching, everything. But I'm gonna go the opposite route. I'm gonna go with the Jags purely because I think just having a guy like Trevor Lawrence will automatically like elevate you a little bit, because he is, I think, like a head and shoulders above Justin Fields and Zach Wilson. Like he is that like Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning guy. And he just has the power, in my opinion, kind of like a Peyton Manning or a John Elway when they were, put in the league, to take like a bottom team and actually elevate them. And they also have some good weapons on offense. DJ Chark's pretty good. James Robinson is one of the best rookie young running backs from last year. And the defense, they're starting to rebuild Jacksonville. CJ Henderson was really good. So I just think, and with the upcoming draft, I think the Jaguars are in a pretty good place, spearheaded with Trevor Lawrence to be successful.
I'm gonna agree with Rohit here, and I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and pretty much for the same reasons. I feel like Rohit brought up Andrew Luck, who took a team like in the Colts in 11-5 into the playoffs in his first year. So when you have a quarterback like Andrew Luck, who's compared to Trevor Lawrence is like the next great thing right after Andrew Luck, he's the type of guy who can carry a team and bring them into immediate success, just like Andrew Luck did with the Colts. And like Roy mentioned before, their defense is rebuilding. They're starting to come back. DJ Chark, James Robinson was the steal of the draft, undrafted running back who came out of nowhere. But, they have a lot of weapons. And like Urban Meyer, he did winning, at Ohio State. Not like, he was at a bottom tier school. He was at Ohio State. He did win, I believe, a national championship. So, he did do some winning. And Jacksonville also has recent success. They went to the, AFC Championship game in 2017. And the Jets, like Dash said, the Jets are going to jet. They'll find a way to mess something up and lose. So I agree with Jordan. I'm going to go Jacksonville.
But people tend to forget like how hard that transition is. So Jim Harbaugh, didn't he make a Super Bowl, right?
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
And now he's not.
Against his brother.
Yeah, against his brother. It's the same Ravens 49ers. Like, people tend to forget how hard that transition is, because it's not just a one-way transition into the NFL. It's a two-way transition. So now Michigan sucked this past year and has sucked for a while because their game plans, their schemes are so different in college and in the NFL. And Urban Meyer, he covered college football. He doesn't even have much interaction with the NFL. And they already have this weird culture going on because he hired this head coach or this linebackers coach, who was racist and was fired from his college position because of racism. That's like, he has one job to build around Trevor Lawrence, and he's ruining it.
See, I think the Jets are like, I think the Jets have a better team and like situation around them because, like you mentioned, like the Jets are not a badly constructed roster outside of like the quarterback and things like that. But I'm just gonna put all my faith into like Trevor Lawrence, and I think it's been like proven in the past how really good quarterback play can like elevate situations, kind of like Matt Stafford did for a while. Peyton Manning at the beginning of his career did. Like, just having like one of those quarterbacks that can like elevate everyone's play around him, kind of like I think Trevor Lawrence can. I think it'll almost make up for the bad coaching and things like that, and
But
push them into success.
And good quarterback play can hide many of the problems. And also, like when you have a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence, not to mention many free agents on the offensive side of the ball might want to come to Jacksonville to play with him.
But
Right.
okay, so yes, Peyton Manning, generational talent. Matt Stafford, number 1 overall pick. Cool. You know who would also be a number 1 overall pick if there wasn't a Trevor Lawrence in this draft class? Zach Wilson. You know who Zach Wilson's going to? The Jets. Like, Zach Wilson and Matt Stafford are not very similar prospects, but are looked at in very similar ways. The number 1 or number 2 overall pick. Unless, because Matt Stafford wouldn't have been the number 1 overall pick if Andrew Luck was in the same draft class, right? So, you have to understand that a corner or a quarterback can elevate a team. But Andrew Luck, as Rohit has pointed out in the past, he benefited off a very good team who was just injury riddled the year before. The Jets have a very good left tackle, a future Pro Bowl left tackle, possibly, if he can stay healthy, in Mekhi Becton. Who do the Jets have? Or who do the Jaguars have? Who do the Jaguars have to protect their golden boy quarterback? The Jaguars have less there to benefit their rookie quarterback. And the rookie quarterback can help and can bring a team into the upper echelon, but Zach Wilson can do the exact same.
I also think the Jaguars have better weapons on offense, so that's going to contribute to Trevor Lawrence's success. But maybe like in the immediate future, the Jets would have better success. But I think as you go along, Trevor Lawrence is going to just be there for a while. And like, if Urban Meyer doesn't work out, they'll eventually hire like a coach that can, help Trevor Lawrence, and I think they're going to be a good team along the line.